All right, so in the last video, I talked about how much closing costs really come up to. Now, let's talk about how we can get some of those closing costs covered, right? Wouldn't that be nice if we could have somebody else help cover some of this money out of pocket at least? So how does closing help work? Well, closing help is very simple. We ask the seller to give us some money. That's all really it is, right? So I'll give you that example that we talked about, that $300,000 home. So let's say we say, hey, Mr. Seller, here's $300,000. Please give me some money back to cover my closing costs. At $300,000, a lot of buyers are going to ask for 3% help. That 3% help is going to cover the bulk of your closing costs, right? Because how much are the closing costs, you remember? 4% roughly. So at 4%, if we get 3%, that covers, 75% of it. When you write an offer, you have to put some money down to say, I'm serious, I want to buy your house. Typically, that's about 1%. So 1% of the sales price is your earnest money deposit or your good faith where you say, I'm serious, I really want to buy your house, I'm not messing around. So if we put 1% down and then we were to ask for 3%, 3 plus 1 is 4, and there we go. That's our closing cost, roughly. So it's a great way is we just ask for it. That's in the negotiations up front. A couple things to bear in mind. Obviously, sellers don't want to give closing help because that comes out of their money that they're walking away with. So you have to decide what your offer strategy is going to be. You have to see if it makes sense. If it's a multiple offer scenario, if you're asking for a bunch of closing help, that may make your position weaker. Okay, so it does depend on what you're trying to do. Other things, just as a rule of thumb, below 350, a lot of people ask for closing help. Closer you get to 500, people expect you to start to have some of your own money. So maybe you only get 1 or 2%. And closer to 700 and up, people really don't give closing help as a general rule. Most of the negotiations are just in sales price. That's what closing help is. We'll talk about the offer strategies in another video, but I hope that makes good sense. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. This is Brendan Spear with Caprika Realty. Have a great day, guys.